The extreme heat apocalypse arrives. Temperatures soar. Earth becomes a giant oven. Too many die from heatstroke and dehydration. The underworld is overloaded, randomly sending some lucky souls back. I'm one. I wake up back to the day my birth parents found me. This time, I don't go home with them. I demand a huge sum instead. Because last life, after the apocalypse with my desert rescue experience, I urged them to fortify the basement, but they listened to their adopted daughter and her know-it-all fiance. They bought a big generator and a new VR console. The grid collapsed. Their stuff became junk. The pool dried up fast. They locked me out, forced me to find water. I died of thirst on the road. Given a second chance, I just want to live safe in my bunker. Then a knock. Transition. Open up. Your parents. Chen Guo's voice, laced with condescension, a hint of patronizing warmth. I walk barefoot to the door. Through the peephole, a well-dressed couple, the woman, Yanqi, in a suit, frowning at the rural dust. The man, Chen Guo, in a fine suit, wearing perfect sorrow and hope. Last life. That look made me cray, made me think I found family. I smile, cold and silent. I don't open up. Instead, through the door, in a flat, almost cold tone, I say, wrong house. My mom died years ago. They're stunned. Wanyang snaps. Chen Zixing, stop this. We're your real parents. A hospital mix-up. We've searched 18 years. 18 years, I repeat softly. Amused. How long have you known? Silence. I know. They found me 6 months ago. For 6 months, they just watched, checked my background, assessed if their long-lost son would be a problem. Until their precious adopted daughter, Chen Yangrang, threw a tantrum. Then they thought to fetch their real son to teach her a lesson. Show she's replaceable. Also, their rivals caught my scent. They feared exposure. How pathetic. We Chen Guo tries. I cut him off. I am Chen Zixin, my foster mother's name. See what you want out there. My place is too small for you. His anger screamed Yangtze. Her knocks grow heavier. Chen Zixing, we're your parents. Is this how you treat us? Open this door. I lean on it, feeling the thuds, unmoved. Treat you? I ask. After my foster mom died, you confirmed I existed, but stayed away. Now your adopted daughter's upset. You want to spare. What treatment? Gratitude. Dead silence again. I can picture their shocked, embarrassed faces. They probably expected me to cry and hug them, but I am not. I am a demon from hell. You have 5 minutes. Liangqi's voice turned cold. Open the door, or we leave. You'll never enter the Chen house again. A threat, their usual trick. Last life, I feared it. Feared being abandoned again. Not this time. Goodbye, I said, turning inside, ignoring the noise outside. Within a minute, frantic knocking. Qinggua, tearful. Zixing, how can you say that? We love you. We just need time. I poured water. Sipped slowly. Keep acting. Wei Yanqi snapped, growling. Zhen Zixing, what do you want? I opened the door. Sunlight stung my eyes. The wealthy couple looked furious, shocked and panicked. What do I want? I smiled brightly, but coldly. Simple. You said you're guilty for losing me 18 years? Compensate me. Chen Guo froze. Yes, compensation. I held up 5 fingers. 5 million for 18 years of care, emotional distress, and disturbing my peace. 5 million flat. Gunyanzi flushed. You're insane. This is extortion. Call it what you want. I shrugged. Pay, and we're even. You go your way, I go mine. Refuse, and I'll tell the media how the great entrepreneur Qian Guohua treats his lost son. That'll be a juicy story. Their pale faces pleased me. I knew they prized their reputation. 5 million is nothing. A scandal isn't. Qian Guohua tried sentiment. Zixing, money isn't love. Then don't guilt trip me. I cut in coldly. 5 million severs our blood tie. 3 days to pay, or face the consequences. I slammed the door shut. Leaning on it, I heard his curses and her sobs fade. As their car left, I exhaled, unclenching my fist. Step 1, done. The 5 million funds my survival plan. The money came fast. In 2 days, seeing the zeros, I felt no joy, just cold calm. Chen Yanran texted threats, telling me to take the money and vanish. Forget the Chens. Back then, a business rival sought revenge. They stole me as a baby. To cover their tracks, they left me in this remote desert. Legally, a desert rescue team leader adopted me. My loss didn't hurt the Chen family. They even adopted a girl. My foster mom taught me desert survival. She died 2 years ago, leaving me this yard. It's remote, sparse woods. When the apocalypse hits, heat will seal it off. perfect shelter. I blocked their number and started my plan. After the apocalypse, big cities will fall first. Too crowded, not enough resources. This is my perfect refuge. The yard is big, 300 square meters. My plan is to dig a huge bunker underneath. I worked in desert rescue for 3 years. I know geology and survival engineering. In the heat apocalypse, surface tank hits 70 degrees Celsius. Only deep underground can block the deadly heat. I hired a remote, reputable crew. I lied, said I won the lottery. Wanted to build a big wine cellar and storage for desert tourism. To make it convincing, I registered a shell company and made fake tourism plans. Foreman Wang was honest. He saw my blueprints and was stunned. Mr. Chen, this isn't a wine cellar. This is a military bunker. My design is 5 meters deep, 2 floors, over 200 square meters. Walls are high-grade reinforced concrete, fully waterproof, inside damp-proof and insulated. Plus independent air, water, and waste-resistant stones. I am a bit of a doomsday prepper, I joked. I like the security. Money's no issue. Quality and secrecy come first. His eyes lit up. We signed a contract fast with strict confidentiality. 5 million wasn't enough for the build and supplies. I used the shell company in Yard Deed to get loans from banks and online lenders. Using my past life's financial memory, I avoided scrutiny and maxed out a 3 million loan. 8 million total. My entire stake. The crew started, the yard became a huge site. I was there daily, overseeing every detail. Meanwhile, I hoarded supplies. Water was key. I died of thirst last time. That burning feeling inside, I'll never forget. I ordered 50 tons of bottled water, filled a temporary shed, took over 10 truckloads. They also bought small desalination and purification units. We're inland, but later, all water gets polluted. Purifiers are my last resort. For food, I chose high-energy, long-lasting types. Tons of biscuits, military MREs, canned meat, and fish, dehydrated, veggies, rice, cellar, beans. I emptied several wholesale markets. I also bought high-yield seeds, potatoes, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers. The bunker has a hydroponic zone. With full-spectrum grow lights, I can be self-sufficient. For energy, I spare no expense. On the roof and yard, I installed top solar panels. The basement has a huge battery bank. This system can power the whole bunker for over a month. I also have 3 diesel generators and a year's fuel. Medicine, weapons, supplies, entertainment gear. I got everything I could think of. My spray drew attention, but I blamed it on the Desert Outpost project. Time flew by in a busy blur. The bunker's main structure is done. Finishing touches are underway. Looking at this underground kingdom, I finally felt grounded and secure. Just as I thought I'd cut ties with the Chen family, their car pulled up again. This time, Jun Yanxi and Chen Guhuayo got out, along with my hated foster sister Chen Yanling and her fiancé, Cao Xiukun. Yanran kicked the gate open, strutting in, seeing the mess and pit. She exclaimed, "What's all this? Digging for coal with our money?" Qiao patted her shoulder, saying gently, "Yanran, don't, brother, might just want a better life." He looked at me with a knowing, assessing gaze. Jian Guohua rushed forward, frowning at my state. "Xishen, look at you, come home." Yanran, sorry, she just feared losing our love. Watching their pathetic act, I felt sick. Home, I scoffed, glancing at Yanran. Which home? One that can't tell son from foster daughter. Or one where I am your princess's punching bag? Yanran flushed, furious. Transition. What do you mean? They're doing you a favor. Don't be ungrateful. Respect is earned, not given. I shot back. Who said? Take the money. Never come back. Memory failing you, Miss Gu. Yanran lunged, but Sia held her. Brother, calm down. See, sold. She's childish. We really want you back. Family shouldn't hold grudges, he spoke, eyeing the solar panels and stockpiled supplies. Bro, hoarding stuff. Opening a store? His tone was innocent, but his greedy eyes betrayed him. He's testing me. He's reborn too. I'm alarmed, but stay calm. No choice. I am poor. Not like you. You are rich. I need this stock to trade for food later. Small business. He eyed the deep pit. This is a big project. 5 million isn't enough. It's not. Admit I took a loan. I'll repay it. Better than depending on others. My words stung the Chen family. But Taosikuni's eyes lit up. He thinks I'm broke, running in debt, a destitute reborn man poses no threat to him. Why suffer? Come home. Our villa is huge, with plenty of rooms. He invited again. The weather may turn bad. It's unsafe alone. He shows his true colors. He knows the apocalypse too, but he didn't. He didn't act alone. He clung to the Chen family. I see his plan. Last life, the Chens fell unprepared. Now with him reborn, he'll urge them to stockpile, but subtly. He needs their trust. Their reliance. I, the son who also knows the future, am his biggest threat. He came to probe me and lure me back under his control. No way! I refuse! I like it here. It's peaceful. Thanks, but leave. It's dusty here. My dismissal chilled the air. Chen Yanran snapped. Chen, she's saying you ain't great. Will you? You're coming back today. Willing or not, he moved to grab me. I grabbed a wrench from my toolbox. Pointed it at him. Try it. I train with rescue teams. I have a tough edge. Chen Yanran, weakened by luxury. You dead? Watch me. I advance with the wrench. Qi groaned, leaning weakly on Chen Yanran. Yanran, I'm dizzy. He diffused the scene. She forgot me, supporting him. Sukun, what's wrong? Heatstroke. Nanqian Chen Guwa fussed over him. I watched Kole like watching clowns. Amid the chaos, I secretly planted a bug and a pinhole camera. Stuck to Jiao Ke Sukun's shoe. I prepared this earlier. Let's get Sukun home. Chen Yan helped Jiao Sukun up, glaring at me. Chun Zishen you pay. They rushed to the car and sped off. The yard was quiet again. I dropped the wrench. I took my phone, connected to the signal receiver. Seeing Cao Sukun's weak voice, Yanran, I am fine, just scared by my brother. Then, Chen Yanran comforted him, and the Chen parents sighed. Back at the villa, Cao Sukun recovered quickly. Wearing headphones, I directed the final equipment checks and listened to the live feed. Mom, Dad, don't be mad at him. Cha Sukun sounded understanding. He suffered for years. It's normal he resents us. Chen Guwa sighed. True, but he's so stubborn. Like a mule, my kind is wasted. Dad, just forget him. Chen Yanran fumed. He got 5 million and still wants more. Let him rot out there. Yanran, don't say that. Cao Shukun's voice softened. I worry he's unsafe alone, and I keep dreaming it'll get scorching hot. With blackouts. I am. Don't be scared. He's using his prophetic dream to guide them. Chen Guawa grew tense. Shukun, it's just a dream. But I feel uneasy. Cao Shukun sounded panicked. Dad, Yanran, let's stock up at home. Just in case. Like more water? Snacks? A generator. If power fails, we can game and watch movies. Right? I almost laughed. His apocalypse prep. Snacks. Games. Last light. This talk doomed the Chens. Reborn? He's still clueless. To him, with the Chen's backing, the apocalypse is a long vacation. He wants entertainment, not survival gear. Chen Yanran agreed. Right? Shukun's right. Mom, get the best generator. Turn the basement into a game room. Buy PS5 games. Chen Guo thought it overkill, but gave in to his daughter and future son-in-law. Fine. If it eases your minds, my secretary will shop tomorrow. Happy laughter followed, as if doom were a game. I removed my headphones, cold-eyed. Fools never learn. Tao Sukun, since you are leading them, to ruin again. I'll gladly give you a push. Days later, my bunker was complete. I dismissed all workers, paid them, stressed in the NDA. The huge hydraulic door sealed me off from the world. The bunker lit up. I stood before the control screen, showing live feeds of the Chen Villa. A pinhole camera Kasukun brought to the foyer showed most of the living room. The Chen family's list is just as I thought. Crates of chips, cola, imported snacks fill the storeroom. The latest game consoles, projector, massage chair take the basement. But the crucial water, they only bought a few dozen cases. Not enough for a month per person. For food, just snacks, frozen steaks and seafood. If power fails, they'll rub first. I shook my head, turned off the feed. Out of sight, out of mind. 1 month left till a doomsday warning. I used it for final checks and reinforcement. I added a high voltage fan and infrared alarms around the wall. Any breach triggers instantly. I also went downtown to modify my old pickup into an apocalypse vehicle, welding steel plates, changing to run flat tires. After all this, I spent my last penny. But I felt more secure than ever. I lay in my bunker's comfy bed, watching the simulated sky on the ceiling, quietly awaiting Judgment Day. A month later, all nations issued a top-level alert. A solar storm will cause sustained extreme heat in 24 hours. Ground temps will hit 70 degrees Celsius. All citizens shelter indoors, stock water and food. No unnecessary travel. The news anchor's tone was urgent, grim. Doomsday had begun. I checked the feed. Chen Yanran and CEO Shukun were gaming on the couch, scoffing at the warning. See? Sukun's dream was right. But 70 degrees? Too much. Experts love scaremongering. Yanran laughed. Sukun leaned on her shoulder. We're prepared anyway. Good. We listened, or we'd be fighting crowds at stores. They looked smug. I took a sip of water. Calmly. The game's just starting. Hope your snacks. Last Day 1. Temps soared from 35 degrees to 50 degrees. Panic set in. Stores were stripped. Gas lines formed. Everyone sought a last lifeline. At the Chen Villa, the central AC still blew cold air. They ate steak, drank wine, watching the chaos outside, feeling superior. Mom, you were right. Our area has its own generator, Yairan boasted. Gilnyangxi nodded smugly. Of course, in my 25 degrees Celsius bunker, I eat self-heating rice. With fresh, crisp cucumbers I grew. Day 2, 60 degrees. Asphalt melted. Car tires burst. The power grid overloaded. Blackouts spread. The rich area's backup generator strained. Management ordered payer rationing. The Chen's central AC stopped. Only one room's wall unit worked. Chen Yanrang complained, and CEO Shuken was too hot to game. But in my fortress, I wore a t-shirt and even slept under a thin blanket. Day 3, 70 degrees Celsius. The apocalypse arrived in its cruelest form. The city collapsed. Water and power cut. TV signal lost. Internet spotty. My backup network showed the Chen's villa turning grim. Their backup generator failed. No power. Fridge food rotted fast. No AC. The villa became a giant steamer. They opened a window. Scorching air rushed in, making Chengoha scream. Water, give me water! Water now! Yanren yelled. They started on their bottled water. I turned on my tap and took a cool shower. My water system recycles every job. Week 1, the Chens lived on snacks and water, but patience has limits. The heat, the stress, and the fear like a beast ate their sanity. Fights broke out. You bought all this junk food, no hot meals. Yan ran through chips on the floor, yelling at Tao Jikun. His face darkened. How was I to know? He cried. You agreed. Chen Guohua tried to mediate, but Yan Ran shoved him. Don't touch me. It's hot. Ganyansi stayed silent, but her eyes showed frustration and regret. I cracked open an ice-cold cola. Week 2, their water ran out. Panic spread like plague. Water was now everything. Mom, we must find water. Yang Ran's voice trembled. Ganyansi looked at the heat haze. Pale. Go out? How? It's over 70 degrees Celsius. We'll die. So we die here? Yan Ran screamed. Then Tao Shuken spoke. I remember someone. He looked at the parents. Chen Zixing. He bought tons of stuff. I saw water trucks. Truck after truck. Dead silence. Their eyes lit up. They remembered me. Their abandoned, mocked son. Brother. I watched their greedy, crazed eyes. My smile turned cold. Finally. I've waited so long. That jerk must have water. Yaran slammed the table, yelling, let's go! He's family. His stuff is ours. Hope lit Chingoa's face. Aim his father. He won't refuse. When Yurinsi was cautious, she frowned, but he's in the suburbs. An hour's drive. The roads, forget it. Yaminan cut in. We'll die of thirst here. Mom, get the SUV. It has special tires. It'll work. They're scrambling. I watched coldly from the yard's cameras. I knew they'd come. I walked to the console. I pressed buttons. The wall's electric fence hums. All infrared alarms and the motion sensors are on. My fortress is secure. An hour later, a black SUV swerves onto the dirt road to my yard. It's scratched. One tire's flat. The trip wasn't easy. Clearly, it wasn't easy. It stops at my gate. Ganyanji, Chen Yaran, and Chao Sugong get out. Only Chen Guohua stays inside. He seems heat-struck. They look awful. Clothes soaked. Lips cracked. Chen Zixin, open up! Open up! Chen Yanran pounds the gate. I watch, unmoving. Chen Zixin, I know you are in there. Open up. Give us water. Wen Yanqi yells too. Her tone is commanding. I turn on the speaker. I say lazily, well, if it isn't Director Gu, what brings you here? Hearing me, they're first relieved, then furious. Chen Zixin, shut up and open up. Chen Yanrang screams. I could open it. I say slowly, but why should I? We're even. Tao Shukun steps up. looking pitiful at the camera. Brother, we're dying of thirst. Please, for family's sake, help us. Family, I love. When you paid me off, where was family? When you all mocked me, where was family? Now you are thirsty. Sorry, my family bond expired. They snap. Translation. I order you to open up Gonyanchi rolls, or I'll call the police. Report you for neglect. Police. I find that hilarious. Go ahead. Let's see if police care about your nonsense now. If they do, who they believe? The son you bought off for 5 million, or you hypocrites? Chen Yanran is furious. She grabs a fire axe from the car. She swings it hard at my gate. A loud clang. Only a scratch on the gate. My gate's reinforced steel. Save your strength. I say through the speaker. You are not getting in. She doesn't listen, hacking wildly. It's useless. Panting, she stares at the wall in despair. Then she gets an idea. Mom, climb. We'll climb over. I smile. I was waiting for this. Young and bold, she charges the wall first. She climbs the car roof, jumps, and grabs the top. As she pulls herself up, I hit the switch. Zap! She lets out a piercing scream, convulsing like a shocked frog. She falls from the wall. She hits the ground hard and lies still. Yanran, Xianhuan, Gunyangqi, and Qiao Shukeng in the car screamed in terror. Chen Yanran was electrocuted and passed out. Yanyanqi and Pao Sukun frantically dragged her back inside. Chen Gawa just held his daughter, crying. Chen Zishen, you monster! You tried to kill your own sister. Yao Yanqi pointed at my camera, shaking with rage. My cold voice came over the speaker. First, she's not my sister. Second, she climbed my wall herself. This is self-defense. Third, she won't die, just knocked out. Take her and go, or the he will kill her. My ruthlessness broke them. They knew they'd get no water from me. Yanqi glared at the camera with hate. Finally, they drove off in disgrace. Watching them leave, I felt no pity. They brought this on themselves. In the days ahead, I watched the Chen family's downfall via cameras. After waking, Yanran was more irritable from the shock. Out of water, they drank from the toilet tank. Then the filthy pool water. The once glamorous family became like refugees outside. Their food ran out fast. Snacks gave no energy. Frozen food rotted. Hunger and thirst erode humanity. Gunyanqi had the last 2 biscuits. Chen Guo hoarded water in his room. Yanran and Cao Shukeng, the 2 youths, turned on their parents. They blamed their parents' failure for this. Tension simmered, ready to explode. That night, via bug, I heard Cecil Ken and Yaron plotting. We can't go on like this. We starve or die of thirst. Cao Shukung's voice was cold, not weak. What can we do? We can't get into that bastard's place. Yanron said irritably. Can't get in. But we can reduce mouths to feed. Xia Shukun coaxed. Think we'd live longer. Yanron fell silent. To your parents. You can't do it. But I am not. Cao Shukun hissed. And they're not your real parents, right? They only cared you were the heir. Now, it's the apocalypse. The company's gone. What use are you? We're young. We have a better chance to survive. If we just last, rescue might come with your status. We'll live well again. Yanran's breathing grew heavy. Cao Shukun's devilish whisper hit her selfish core. How? She rasped. Easy, he said, cruel excitement in his voice. We have sleeping pills. When they're asleep, we move them into the sun. It'll be over soon. No catch-up, no struggle. I listened calmly, unfazed. Last life, they sacrificed me without a thought. Now they taste betrayal. But that's too easy. I sent an anonymous text to Ginyanchi. Beware your dear daughter. And her fiancé, they want you in the sun. Done. I leaned back, watching the screen. Showtime. Ginyanchi got my text. First shock, then his face darkened. Eyes filled with disbelief and rage. He hid his phone, silent. Dinner. Cao Shu conserved them water. Mom, Dad, it's hot. Drink. It's clean water. He smiled innocently. Dian Guiwa was unsuspecting. He went to drink. Stop. When Yanqi yelled, he glared at Cao Dang's eyes like knives. What's in this? Cao paled, handshaking. The cup nearly fell. What? I don't understand. Don't understand? Gu sneered. He snatched Chen's cup, smashed it. I raised you 20 years. You'd kill us with him? He pointed at Chen Yanran. She was stunned. Caught. She denied it. Mom, nonsense. It was Sikun. Slap. Wayangse hit her face. Beast. You lie? If not, warned, we'd be dead. Qianghua finally understood. He stared at his beloved daughter. Staggering. Yaran, how could you? Exposed. Cao Shukun dropped the axe. He shrieked. So what? You old fool should die hoarding scraps. We're young, we deserve to live. You think? Chen trembled with rage. He lunged at Kao. They fought. Xuanhuan, days red from the slap, saw the chaos. Her fear turned to madness. She screamed, rushed to help Tao, shoving her foster father down hard. His head hit the table corner. Ketchup gushed. Oh, Grayton. Voice vague, eyes red, lost his mind. He ran to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, charged at Xuanhuan. I'll kill you, traitor. Chaos erupted. I watched them abandon all family bonds for survival. Morals gone, peace now. They're doing 10, old and weak, was soon overpowered by Tiao. In the fight, a blade cut his throat. He clutched it, staring at the daughter he raised 20 years, finally fell defeated. The villa fell silent. Only their heavy breaths remained. They looked at the two fallen puppets. No grief, just greedy relief. It's over. Hao Zoukin panted, a sick grin on his face. Yanran, everything now is ours. Chen, Yangren dropped the knife. They embraced tightly by their parents' cold bodies. Laughing madly, I muted it, expressionless. The show was perfect. After the couple's death, they had a brief good time. They took all the hidden food. And water? Not much, but enough for a week. They dragged the bodies outside, left them to the sun. Free from rules, they indulged, living like zombies in the huge villa. However, supplies ran out. The last water gone, the last biscuit eaten, despair returned. Worse than before. Now they only had each other. To a starving, thirsty person, the other isn't a partner, but a rival. I saw suspicion grow. Chao hid any food he found. Chen drank the last water in secret. Their love, against survival instincts, shattered. On the third day, they fought. Chen found Cow hiding chocolate. You bastard. Hiding food from me. She kicked the door. A rabid wolf. Tao was cornered. He fought back. I found it. Why is it yours? They brawled over the chocolate. Cursing, fighting, hurling insults. We're here because of you. Stocking snacks, games, why not water? You blame me? You couldn't handle your parents. We'd have water from Chen Zisheng. I'll kill you. Come on. Chen choked Cao Cao, used his last strength to claw her eyes. Both screamed. Xiao suffocated. Chen, blinded, in pain and despair, lost strength, slowly died. I watched their cold, tangled bodies come inside. Over. Last life, they killed me. This life, they killed each other, died by their greed, stupidity, selfishness, perfect revenge. I turned off the monitor. Screen went dark like their fate. From then on, the Chen family was erased. After their fall, the heat lasted 2 more months. These months, I lived alone underground, peaceful, like a vacation. I read, worked out, tended to my hydroponics. Time stood still. I sometimes used the radio for news. House died, order was gone. Cities were hunting grounds. To survive, people did the unthinkable. My fortress, by contrast, was heaven. On day 97 of the apocalypse, the weather shifted. The scorching air grew damp. The sky lost its bleak white, turning a faint gray. My sensors showed falling pressure, rising humidity. Rain was coming. I suited up. For the first time in months, I left the bunker. The hydraulic door rose. Damp, earthy air rushed in. I breathed deep, nearly crying. Dark clouds gathered. Lightning flashed, thunder boomed. Fat raindrops pelted down. A few drops, then a downpour. The parched, cracked earth greedily drank the long-lost rain. The world washed clean, veiled, reborn. I removed my helmet, letting cool rain hit my face. This rain ended the heat, but I knew it was just the start. A long rainy season, extreme cold, mutated life. New challenges awaited, but I wasn't afraid. I looked back at my fortress and my 10-year supply. I had what I needed to live. The rain grew heavier, a curtain across the sky. I stood, arms open, feeling this precious cruelness. My past revenge was done. My new life began. This time, I live for me.